We must be swift as a coursing river, with all the force of the great typhoon. The date is fire, mysterious as the dark side of the moon. Hello everybody, it's in the whole universe. Some of the music posts on the beginning, kind of pre-roll of the Mulan. It's kind of not ads, guys, because not so big amount of viewers right now watching us, but we are growing. We are growing our channel, we are speaking with you, and also we are walking right now in the Podolsk. Maybe you are familiar with these places, and maybe you are familiar with the song that I sang, because it is from the Mulan, and it is the interesting song. I like it, and I was singing it previously, and it was good, and I remember how I got noticed with the song. I was playing the World of Warcraft, and during my playing World of Warcraft, I remember how I heard this song in one video, and I decided to follow this video. This video was about challenging mode of Scarlet Holes. You can Google this video, Scarlet Holes 3.11, or kind of like this. It is kind of fast run of the instance, of the rate of the inside of the game. It is for you to understand. It is inside of the game. We have the specific instances, specific locations, specific people, and we kind of communicate with we are going. We are kind of defeating the defeat is correct word. Kind of we are winning the mobs, we are winning the NPCs of the enemy, and then we are going to the final target, and to the boss, and one more boss, and another. And it was the fast run of this instance of Scarlet Holes, and it is amazing. It was my first time when I heard it, and I wanted to speak about my desire to be always fast, to be always kind of fast running. I liked it in my university. I liked it in my school years. I always like to be kind of yes, it is good to say it. I like to be first. I like to be kind of going forward. It doesn't mean that I kind of I'm not first and something like this. Yes, I kind of can feel it, but I feel kind of I will be first. I will be first, and it is kind of the going competitiveness. It is the good competitiveness in a meaning that I want to be first, and in a meaning of the respect to another people. And it is kind of when you are playing the football, yes, you want to win, yes, and it doesn't mean that you are kind of the enemies and something. You are kind of in a mode of that you are for your team, and you want your team to win. And the best way to win on marathon, for example, it is not to follow the another people, like to see how they run. It is to go forward, to run. It is the phrase that our trainer of basketball said to us, that if you want to run faster, then no need to do kind of to the right, to the left, turn your head. It was in a physical and in a metaphorical place too, I maybe said. At least it was said in a physical way. Yes, when you do this, you kind of not control what's in front of you, and need to control what's in front of you. It is important, because you are running forward, not backward. Yes, sometimes yes, need to look backward too. It is kind of metaphorical, and not only, but actually when you run a marathon, you are running forward. You need to finish the distance. You need not to follow your main task, not to look at another people who are running behind you. Yes, your goal not to look at who is the last person. Your goal is to run forward. Yes, sometimes you can use it to kind of if your competitiveness to be first. Yes, always need to look forward. Yes, because it is kind of if we create a storytelling, that we can create a character who like story. We can create like one character could look behind and could do something not really good to another people, but actually it is not productive. It's not productive because in total the time of the first person who will be finishing it will be less than if he will follow his path and if he will run by his own. I hope that you understand that if you are following and if you are going forward and if you are running this way, then you are kind of finishing the force, and it is what I wanted to say. Yes, I hope that you understand my talk, and I mean that by time you will be the fastest person in this sphere. I mean that in this marathon, in this competitiveness, in this tour. Yes, so we are near the store. I will go there, and also today I was doing. What did I do today? I was doing video on my Russian channel about the CAD, computer-aided design, CAD, we call it in Russian. How you call it in your country? Let me know in the comment section below. I know that some people are from the UK, from the US, and you are doing manufacturing. It is kind of not. I don't know how to say. It is kind of unregular to me. Unregular, correct? It is kind of, I'm not frequently communicating with people who are 30 plus years old, and I know that some people are 35 plus years old on my channel, and it is kind of, I had communicated with people with in real life with 30 years old, 32, 33, and something like this, sometimes with higher, 54 too, and etc. But with people who are older than me, I didn't communicate a lot, and I didn't communicate in a meaning of talking equally, because I always in a position that I'm lower than them. In this position I stand myself because kind of respecting and something like this. Actually, maybe need to respect when we are equal. Yes, maybe need to switch my mindset and something like this, and then everything will be fine. Because I always kind of, in Russia, all people who I was talking to, almost, who are older than me, like super older. I mean that super in a meaning of not like a Jesus Christ, they are 80 and plus years old. I mean that older than me in a meaning of that my age doubles, triples, and something like this. Yes, it is. They are older than me, and it is not like 27. It is the meaning that they are kind of 40, 50, 60, 70, yes. And okay, and when I was what I want to say, because I feel shy because of the people on the ground. I've seen some people and some juniors on the ground. And okay, and I wanted to say that I don't know how to. I know how to communicate actually, but always I was in a position that I was a student, and they were teachers, and they were teaching me how to live, how to do things. In the meaning of not like how to live, I will teach you, but some yes, some could do this, but actually no, not super much. It's okay. It's their life. They do what they want to do, and actually some people were. One moment. I was speaking with professors, yes, with some of the people from university, from the school, and they were from the school. A lot of people who are kind of want to teach you life, because yeah, I understand they need to be authority of this tribe, and they need to be kind of authorities. Yes, and it is yes, you understand it, and. Inside of this tribe we have the fire, we are sitting in the classroom, and they need to kind of eliminate the situations when people are doing noises and something like this, and they need to be authority, but they sometimes use not really super pedagogical methods to do this. They do yelling, they do kind of increasing the amplitude of the I mean that wavelength. I mean that frequencies of sound waves. They increase amplitude, and then they increase their tone. Also, they speaking high pitching and piercing actually. sometimes. And but actually sometimes it's funny to look at this, because it's kind of unusual, and you're haha I won't say right now haha смешно. Actually смешно in Russian language is funny. And okay, we are talking right now with you. What I want to say, okay, we were talking about that I was in a position that I was a student, they were in a higher position, kind of hierarchy, totally hierarchy. But when I do videos, actually we're in the same level, actually sometimes it all depends. Look, when you are higher than me, then you are writing a comment. When you are writing a comment, then you are higher than me in the meaning of communication, because we have the communication acts, yes, and in the meaning of linguistics, we have the person who is speaker, we have the person who is listener, we have the person who is writer, we have the person who is reader. When I'm a reader of your comment, actually you are standing higher than me. And in the meaning of communicating act, again in the meaning of linguistics, again the same with you. You are watching my videos, you are a kind of consuming, you are this guy who is watching, but actually we understand that we are kings of our life, and everybody is king of our you are a king, I am a king, and another person is a king, and you are always the person who does it. But actually in the meaning of science, it is in the meaning of linguistics, I want even to say, it is when you communicate with someone has a leading role, someone has a following role, yes, and it is what I want to say. And I was a lot of in a following role. I don't know how to describe it, guys. I was a lot of not in a following role. I mean that I was in a student position, and I was listening to the teachers. It is good, yes, and that's why I kind of sometimes feel that I speak even sometimes on the lower level than they. Because I need to listen to them. They know many things. Actually, every day we can do this. We can listen to everything. We should listen to everything that we have in our life. It is all about different states of how we look at the world. Actually, it is I don't know. It is a super complex meaning of this, because we can look through the different perspectives, and sometimes my thoughts are jumping around from one to one, and we can look from the listener perspective, we can look through the speaker's perspective, and in the same position we are always the leading role could be. When we said to ourselves that we are listeners and we are good listeners, then we are actually active roles too. Everybody is an active role, I think so. So I think so that this statement of that someone has a leading role, someone has no leading role, it is true and not true at the same time, and it is kind of we can believe it, we can't believe it. It is all about meanings. In science we have different theories, in science we have different fields of knowledge, and people who have different science, and they have opposite sometimes meanings of things, and they could exist, they should exist, might, would, and another words of modality we can use in this field. And yes, and so we were talking about that when I communicate on this channel, sometimes I feel kind of shy to communicate with people who are older than me. Because maybe because it is from family, the same thing, because I kind of, maybe my parents will listen to me, even grandparents, because parents, I understand, parents are, they could understand better, because, one generation between us. But when we speak like 2 generations between us, or 3 generations, sometimes it is kind of could be the misconceptions, because everybody has their own meanings, but actually, okay, everybody understands what they understand. Yes, and what can you recommend for me? You can leave in the comment section below. It doesn't mean that I will follow fully your answer. Actually, I will follow it. I will kind of do prismatic. I will do kind of statistics. I always do statistics of your comments. It is interesting to read because it is statistics. I like statistics, and it is good. And sometimes I do the decisions from the statistics that we have. It is interesting and good, and sometimes to create new things that will bring more value to the people, to the end consumer, how we call it in the field of business, yes. And actually it is to the people, yes, we can call it. It is better to use humans. And okay, and sometimes I feel kind of shy to speak to the people who are older than me. Why? Maybe I have a guess. Because in this world of Russia, at least, I had a lot of communication with people who were kind of rejecting me and saying to me rude words, and they're actually older than me. Maybe because of it? I don't know. Because maybe because of it, and I kind of haven't. Maybe I found not really. Because I understand that there are a lot of people who are older and they are really funny and they are really like good people, and maybe because of it, I think yes, I feel kind of good right now. It means that I said the truth, I said the correct things. It means that, okay, need to think positive about things and then everything will be fine. So, need to communicate with everybody as good people, because sometimes I even think, oh, these people of 60 plus years old, I need to use specific words to describe things, because maybe they will not understand my modern talk or something. But actually I speak with a nice, understandable words. I mean that not nice, I mean that nice, yes, but in the meaning of I use not like super slangy wangy, yes, slangy wangy. I created right now this word, and yes, I speak understandable, in the meaning of like no need to use urban dictionary to understand what I talk sometimes. And sometimes I use a specific purpose, like it is the metaphors and you know, it is specific tools of literal literature here appearing. Okay, so thank you a lot for watching this video. I hope you understood it, my things, and have a wonderful day. Also, today I was doing video about this. Also, I was creating the website for my university. And what did I do with my university? I was doing the website with how to say it correct. I was doing the website with conlangs, with constructed languages. Here is some Elvish goes, and I mean that Elvish for elves. Yes, elves, it is mythical creatures. And also we had the I was doing the HTML page. Also I was connecting it. Also I created the GitHub account first time. GitHub actually is developing, and maybe you will see more developing tools, because I kind of feel that in 5 years there will be a lot of things with technologies, a lot of things, and actually need to learn it, guys. If you are listening to me right now, if you are maybe older, younger or something, and you are in this world, learn some of the technologies, how to write code, how to do things. Actually it is need to learn because right now time is changing, and artificial intelligence is real. It's now, and it is already yesterday, even we can say it in a metaphorical phrase, yes, and it's now, guys, and artificial intelligence, it's here, and if you know how to code, then you kind of can do better things. You can roll the dice with more privileges. Wow, what's the nice analogy I said to you. Yes, roll the dice with privileges, and kind of you will have bonuses for your rolling dice coefficients. Yes, and It is kind of good analogy, by the way. If you are doing something in your life, need to name this video. If you do something in your life, if you always kind of create, if you always develop, if you always kind of create new ways of thinking, if you are practicing, if you are working, then you have a bigger chance to roll dice better. You have a bigger chance, but actually you always have a chance. But with it, you have a bigger chance. Because life, it is kind of about the rolling the dice and statistics. And it doesn't mean that you will be 100%, but actually you can increase your chances, and it will be kind of 99, and even maybe 100 will be, if you will have the skills that will allow you to do this. But 100 doesn't mean that you will not lose. It means that you always do 100, and one day you can do another that will be out of it. But actually I need to hope that everything will be fine and everything will be good. So thank you a lot for watching, improve so daily, and go forward. Roll the dice, roll the life, roll the things, and everything will be fine. Create new dices. See you next time. Bye bye.